If you watch these videos, the wisdom of St Ignatius, you know that I get something in my mind and I can't get rid of it until I share with you about that from a particular place. That I'm here at the tree that fell down because it was rotten in the middle. And I talked about that and the importance of the examen in allowing us in kind of real time to remove those things that gradually eat away at our peace with the Lord. I'd like to focus on that again with a little different perspective. And that perspective comes from the idea that in St. Ignatius, there's a real focus and clarity about what our lives should be about. And the examen helps us to maintain that focus and clarity. I remember years ago watching an interview or hearing about an interview of a woman for an executive position. And so they asked her, how do you set up your day, with the things that you have to do? She said, well, I begin with a list of what I have to do. And as the day goes on, I prioritize those, and then I reprioritize them as things happen during the day, so that I'm always working on the thing that has to be worked on right now and is at the highest level of importance. I thought, what a wonderful way to do that. What clarity. I'm probably incapable of doing that just because it's difficult for me to organize anything. But what I liked about it is the clarity she maintained. And for St. Ignatius, that clarity comes through the examen. Because as we look at our lives and begin to say, okay, now, what is it that God has been saying to me and asking of me? How have I been responding? We are reprioritizing. Saying, okay, responding to God is more important than maybe these other movements that I feel inside of me. Paying attention to the temptations that are coming my way are important for me so that I walk away from them. I don't engage in them. Listening to the discouragement perhaps I'm feeling in the things that I'm doing for God allows me then to face them directly, to say, no, these are not from God, and to prioritize or reprioritize the generosity with which I want to live my life. The examen offers those different adjustments in our day and many, many more, so that we are able to stay really clearly focused on what's most important, which is to follow and to love God. Because if anything happens in our daily life, it's almost certain that we walk in a world that is very distracting and confusing, and robs the clarity that we often have when we wake up in the morning and begin to live our days. And the examen says, let's put some more clarity in this, so that whatever we do, we know that we're doing it for the will of God and the love of God. With that clarity, then we're able to walk more clearly and more in a more focused way with God. And the sort of rot that can come into a tree, look, even I'm just pulling this tree apart right now, will not be a part of our lives.